Welcome back. We're doing Socially Awkward today. I kind of just picked it on a whim because I think it got named a lot recently. But I'm gonna open. Also, Toaster's here. Hi.
Hi, I'm Toaster.
Good intros. I'm always so planned and practiced and scripted. Links in the description to Toaster. Also, links in the description to Socially Awkward. I gotta call this game out a little bit immediately and be hypercritical, dickhead man. But its itch.io page is one of the funniest things I've ever read. So I'm just gonna do that now. Socially Awkward is an 18+ semi-linear visual novel using emotional cues to portray the story of each individual character on certain topics and reactions. You are Jayce, an insecure half-breed cat who just started his college life, follows day to day to uncover each character's past to get to know them as well as figure out the world around him. That's the entire briefing of this game. You learn two things. One, visual novel. Two, college.
I think it's really funny because the beginning of it is it's a semi-linear furry visual novel. Okay, that's informative. Using emotional cues to portray the story of each individual character on certain topics and reactions. Isn't that just every
that's just what
story?
They're just describing a visual novel. Yeah,
that's just describing narratives. Is like, this is a book in which characters have emotions and things happen.
Like, I am not holding this against the game preemptively or anything. People it, and I'm sure it's fine. But the itch.io page sounds like a bot trying to describe the concept of a visual novel as if you've never heard of one before, and then not saying anything else. So I'm just like, holy crap, what am I reading?
Very funny.
It's just, once I read that, I'm like, I have to. I usually don't even read them before we start, but that one, I took a look this time, and it could maybe do with an update. All right, let us begin. Welcome to Socially Awkward. This VN is still in development. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, locales, and incidents are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. It's Facebook. It's not the real one. Don't worry about it. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. I think Yick could have gone with that kind of disclaimer. It contains mature content and sensitive subjects that some individuals may find offensive or disturbing. By continuing, you are acknowledging that you are at least 18 years old. Right, everyone? Monday, 5:30 a.m. Too early. Reach 3 Think Life choices. I never want to go back to college. Is that a Gloryhounds poster?
I don't know.
It's the first thing I saw. It's the fucking Dalmatian of Gloryhounds in the back, in the back left.
Is that what that is?
There's a heart around the logo. That's the Gloryhounds logo.
Interesting.
Which one came out first? Was it updated back? Okay, now I'm wondering if
I think they probably updated it because I think that this has been around for a while.
I think so, but that's just a hunch.
I don't know how long Gloryhounds has been out. Time doesn't exist.
I think it was new. I think I covered it around PAX, and that was when the first episode was new-ish.
Okay.
Now I'm wondering if the background of the iPad or laptop or whatever is a reference to. But I can't. It's hard to see. Tell. It's about a Gloryhounds.
It looks like a photo.
Oh, those are papers. I thought there was a tissue box in his backpack. It looks like a red tissue box just sticking out. I'm like, damn.
Just needs to make sure he has some whenever he needs them.
For his horrible allergies. Click.
Oh, there's like animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's morning. The birds are singing. You're gonna die. The roads are busy, and the sun is slapping you with its photons.
Just getting pelted.
Slapping you with its photons. That's why Toaster always carries an umbrella. Because of the dangerous photons.
Yeah, I can't handle it. The sun is an abusive partner for me.
I just wasn't ready for the. I'm just reference brained right now, I guess. But all I can think about is like the fucking horrible line from Transformers 4, where he's like, he infected them with his evil chromosomes. That's a real line in that movie that I've never recovered from.
Oh man. can't believe you've seen Transformers 4.
I never would have otherwise, but I was brought there specifically with Joe and Andrew to see it in theaters when it was new, and we all knew it would be bad. So it was that kind of like it was like getting invited to Cats.
Gotcha.
I remember two things from the entire movie: evil chromosomes and the weird insertion of like the whatever clause of like, see, I'm 19 and your daughter's 17 or whatever, but that's legal because of the whatever clause. And I have a laminated card in my wallet I keep for this occasion. And I'm like, I don't like this.
God.
I don't like that this is in this movie. I don't like that this character has this. I don't like that somebody wrote and directed this scene and insisted on keeping it in the movie. That's
someone had a real torch to burn.
Yeah, like I'm not even like against like the idea of the law or whatever. Like, I think people that are like almost the same age shouldn't arbitrarily be cut off by a weird one of them crossing a threshold that isn't real in that context. But like, what a weird scene to really insist on putting in your multi-million movie and like really like needing to like fixate on this specifically.
That's no good.
That's because the people making that scene are not of that age that would care about that specific thing. It's like a bunch of 40-year-olds,
like a 35-year-old writer being like, all right, so this scene has to make it into the movie. We have to do it. And they're like, Jerry, why? And he's like, it just has to, okay?
Like, why was
I'm angry.
It's the third week of living in your 2-bedroom apartment, yet you still feel alienated by your surroundings.
Must be a rich college kid to afford a 2-bedroom apartment by himself. Does he have roommates?
I don't even have one now. Can I have it? Can I move in? Can I be your roommate? I'm socially awkward. I'll fit right in. I'll be over there with my door closed and we won't talk. As the encroaching beam of sunlight touches, I guess it's still a beam. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It touches your sensitive toes. You can't help but wince and groan as you declare war at the sun. Yeah. This character speaks entirely in yeah so far. Go away, son. Shoo. I have blinds, but I don't use them. You try shooing away the sun. It doesn't seem to be working. Hissing at it doesn't seem to be working either, so you decide to turn your back towards it and hug the cold wall for comfort. Ugh. But alas, your war is an inevitable lost. As today is the day of your
inevitable lost. That was confusing to read.
Yeah, as today is the day of your first day in college. Okay, rewrite that entire sentence, please. Just rewrite all of that. That's a rough one. That's
yeah.
I just fell down the stairs reading that sentence. All right. Yeah. Sorry. It almost feels like yesterday that you graduated from high school. Technically, it was just 3 months ago. The thought of school makes your body cringe in disgust. Same. Over the horrible memories you've experienced in your life. Mama, I hate school. You mumbled and rolled. But Jayce, school's good for you. You should just try and pass it. You imitated your mother.
School like it's a horribly stone.
Come on, do your breathing. Mama. Ooh. No.
Jump scared.
I don't want to die. That's not gonna keep going. Then started to sing. Wait. Were you thinking the same thing?
It's a personal that attack. Whole sequence is odd. It's like missing a subject of the sentence in the middle there too.
But I sometimes wish I hadn't been born at all. After cringing your mind awake, you roll to the edge of the bed, lift half your body up, licking your paw, and groom your bed hair with it. Scratching your chin, you turn your body, facing towards the windowsill. Remembering where you put your phone, but it wasn't there. So you tilt your body to the side, thinking it must have fallen off the bed. they're fucking with me. They're changing the sense of the sentence midway just to throw me off. It's like holding onto a bucking bronco. Your sneaky, tempered glass protected, rugged cased smartphone reveals itself by sliding down your butt. Ooh woo. As you press the power button, the red battery of death flashes before your eyes for 3 seconds, then turns itself off. The red... Oh, there's a battery on the screen.
Yeah.
Ah, crud. This is how you set up the beginning of a horror movie? Is that you immediately establish that the batteries are dead on your phone, and now they can't call for help when everything else happens.
And this is where we watch him get horribly murdered.
Yeah, but his need to make emergency calls is just that he just needs to evacuate the social situations he's in. Must have fallen asleep while playing FurTube again, because
do you
everything
play
in
YouTube?
You play videos? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I guess playing videos on FurTube.
Yeah.
Everything in these settings being turned into fur versions of it is always funny because like we famously always call everything like ManTube and ManSpace and Fleshbook. Why is it always autoplay? I never use that feature. We're in the same space here. I have not figured out how to turn it off on my phone. I turned it off immediately when they added it 10 years ago to the desktop version. I'm old. Plugging it in, the screen immediately comes to life and greets you with the time. 5:32. Still got 2 hours. Reluctant to get up, you fall to your side with the pillow to cushion your fall. I'm surprised that he's got an alarm clock that's separate from his phone in Day of Our Lord this time. Although he has a laptop or iPad and an alarm clock and a phone. And his alarms on his clock.
Yeah. Huh.
Closing your eyes, you drift into your imagination, thinking of the two genders, food and dicks.
The two genders. I'm just looking at the computer on the shelf, and like there's something really off about it. If you closed the lid on that computer, it would not cover the keyboard. Yeah,
the keyboard's longer than the screen is, definitely. It stood out. I was trying to gauge earlier whether or not it is a...
I thought it was like a piece of paper or something. Like it was like a tablet resting on top of like an art canvas or something.
At first I thought it was a laptop, and then I thought maybe it's what I have, because in order to try to get away from the internet, but even though I write on the internet, I wanted to make it less convenient to be distracted by things. So I bought a wireless keyboard for my iPad that the iPad like fits into a little slot on, and like the two don't like match size necessarily. It's just like a stand basically. But like that's an attempt to be able to like take my keyboard somewhere else in the house and go type and try to write essays without being able to tab over to Discord or internet and stuff like that as easily. Problem being that there's no other places in the house to go, so I'm at best just slightly away from my computer in the same room, which isn't the best deterrent. Dicks. Like a typical homosexual male, your mind brings up a song about dicks. What?
Okay. The very typical homosexual male issues.
Yeah, there's a nature documentary.
My brain is always
now.
singing songs about dicks to me.
Dicks everywhere, them long dicks, not dicks, barb dicks, fat dicks. Dicks, he's drooling. Look at that dick on the TV. This is all based in a song you heard on the internet. So many dicks! Boom shaka, ramalak, ding dong. Song about dicks. Dicks in a song. By Dan Bull and Bon Cage. Dougal it.
I feel like the last maybe 25 seconds of this video, if you just played it out of context, someone would think you're having a stroke.
After a refreshing rehearsal, it's time to start off the day. Hello. Welcome to my perspective drawing. I used to try to do these so often. You do a little line that'll line up in one spot. It's like math drawing, it's fun. The kitchen. The remnants of the previous owners, your sisters, still linger. Wait. Okay, those are sagging. I was like, are those fucking chair backs leaning, like curving inward into your back? I'm like, ah. But they're like leaning, they're like sagging downward or something. I thought they were like convex. That would have been horrifying. Still lingers on with 5 chairs surrounding the table, one of which is your little stool. Somehow you prefer sitting on that over the 5. With Fur 2 playing on your phone, you place it down near a counter as you put on your strained apron and oversized mittens. You just established that it's out of batteries. Difficult as it is to cook with oven mitts, but past experience has taught you that it's better safe than sorry. What? Okay. Oil can be a delicious friend or a hazardous foe. Looking at, I feel like oil is less dangerous than ever when you're covered in fur. It like loses its heat almost immediately when you get flicked by it. And you got protection. You're armored. Flicking a bit of your friend and butter into the pan, then setting the burner on the stove to its maximum settings, you waited for the pan to heat up while listening to the weather forecast. Oil, right. Okay.
Yeah, not his dick.
That one cursed Meowscular chef drawing.
Oh, God.
Maybe you want to be a weatherman?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. In my head, I didn't even read this as character dialogue. It's a sunny day today. Don't forget to bring a bottle of water as well as your portable fans, everyone. Sponsored by the Welton Company.
Expensive shit. This irrational hatred towards the company is fueled by your obsession with quality to price ratio. As it turns out, most of the products sold by these legitimate companies are priced almost 5 times higher than manufactured cost to build one offshore.
I want to let everyone know, this is actually a thing. This is a soapbox. It's very clear this person really dislikes Apple. I just want to put that out there. I can tell immediately. But the thing is that like that's also kind of a false dichotomy. And here's some market knowledge for all the people in the audience, some extraordinarily boring life information. It is true that brand products often cost significantly more than more direct-to-consumer products, right? And so people will say, oh, the cost ratio on this is really high, and that is totally correct. But many brands will weaponize that information and do their own kind of misleading. And they'll say, oh, well, we actually pay you we charge you basically what we get with almost no markup. But the truth of that is that, like you buy like a spatula, right? I'm just using this as an example because it's one that I learned about this concept with from some really nice spatula brand, some cookware brand. And it's like, you paid $15 for a spatula. And you're like, well, why would I do that? I can have the cheaper spatula that's like just as fine for $5, and that's a way better value. And while technically this is a trap. It makes you purchase things less consciously. And in truth, that direct-to-consumer brand still is marking up that spatula about 100 times what it's worth. Usually molded plastic like that only costs like 2 or 3 cents to mold. It is not expensive. So be very careful about throwing your weight behind decisions based on the value of their, like the quality to price value. Especially if they are using shortcuts in terms of components and supply chain, but also just because you're basically telling yourself it's okay to spend money because you are theoretically, quote unquote, saving money, when in reality, you're still kind of being scammed. But yeah, be a smart shopper. That's life lessons with Toaster.
Everyone's out to get you, literally all the time, especially the soap. Unless you want to waste money over branding, an offshore counterpart is cheaper and just as reliable as the advertised ones. Off-brand counterpart, whoops. Like offshore, I'm like, damn, this person really loves stuff that's not made in the USA. The scent of burning oil brings your attention back to the stove. You turn off the stove, crack 2 eggs together, then swirl the oil and butter all over the eggs for an even cook. It's funny that we just mentioned the soapboxy nature of like that Transformers movie, and then immediately there was like a soapboxy moment in this game. You bite your right oven mitt off to reach for seasonings. A little bit of salt, a flick of pepper, and a tap of Ajinomoto.
Ajinomoto. Why would he have an oven mitt on if he's just cooking on the stove?
I'm not sure. He already has fur anyway, and I don't use oven mitts on stove tops.
That just makes you less dexterous and more likely to hurt yourself. It's
Yeah,
not like he's cooking it in the oven.
You're just cooking eggs, which don't even require high heat. Eggs were right on point and runny. See, definitely not high heat. Yeah. They just wanted to draw that. You reach for the bread and spatula, raising the cooked eggs up in the air, placing the bread underneath, letting the butter soak, and frying the bread to golden.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Serve. Cook, serve delicious. Satisfied with your cooking, you place the plate down on the table next to your smartphone and pour some lemonade into a cup. Then you take your seat, and finally you notice that the mitten is still in your mouth.
Huh?
After you finish your meal, you rummage through your bag, checking your books, power bank, and an old portable desk fan that barely fit in your bag. The norm would suggest that you use a portable hand fan, but your reasoning doesn't allow it. Why buy a small, expensive one when you can just have a big one for the same price? You nod to yourself. We need like a colon or something. Some punctuation happens there.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh god, okay, it got worse. I was fixating on the lack of punctuation between before the beginning of the quote, but then after when the quote ends, it ends with a period and a comma.
And then has a comma after the quotation. I'm gonna. I don't want to be mean.
No, this definitely seems English second language.
Yeah, well, more so than English as a second language, this starts off immediately grating. I do not like this main character at all.
We're playing as the We Can Fix Him.
Yeah, this guy needs to like chill out.
You put on your beanie and check that time again. Yeah, it's like when you have that friend that has like annoying opinions that they keep bringing up, except you're in their head and you're hearing them all the time. Yeah.
I am like flashing to a person I went to college with who was just extraordinarily over the top all the time. Like they were the kind of person who the bit never ends, and their bit was like anime reactions in real life.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
I knew that person in college.
Yeah, so like something would happen and they would be like, "Nani?" And they would like end sentences with like phrases from anime, and they were constantly quoting like Rurouni Kenshin or something. I don't remember. This is not a takedown of that person. They were a very nice person, but a very grating person to be inside the head of, and the prospect of being in this character's head for many hours while he like opines holier than thou opinions about, you know, brand goods and offshore manufacturing is an immediately strong start to
wait till we get to his Star Wars opinions.
Oh no.
Fur Wars, I'm sorry. It's 6:30 a.m. Time to go.
Furs.
Star Furs.
Yep.
There's just no war. the entire point of the title is just lost. Monday, 6:50 a.m. Time, you take the train and you get to campus. Loopwork University, the 13th best college in the country. Unlucky. A plain university for any student who wanted to have an easier time to earn a degree. I want to get an easy degree. I'll just settle for the 13th best college in the entire country. Damn, I don't think this guy knows how good he has it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so price conscious. I better price out these individual cheese slices when I have a 2-bedroom apartment as a college student, and I go to the 13th best college in the entire country.
I think I can't remember all of the Ivy Leagues, but like there are like 20 to maybe 30 schools in that range. Like not specifically the Ivy League, but like schools that go to bat with them. So
Yeah.
imagine being like, yeah, I'm in the 13th best college. This is basically a college for poor people who just want to have an easier time. It's like, you asshole.
Meanwhile, my ass was working part-time at Best Buy while commuting an hour to the local state, the closest state college, and then commuting 2 hours on the way back because there'd be so much traffic trying to leave.
Yeah.
I spent 3 hours a day in a car baking, and I didn't have air conditioning. I had a car from the 80s.
That's awful.
I used to drive an 82
thank you.
Firebird. It was rough.
I think my
updated
school in
amenity was
Japan-
it was retrofitted to have a iPad cable under the car seat.
Yeah. I think my school in Japan is pretty high ranked, but I think we were only in, I think we were like top like 200 maybe, not top 15. That's insane. Like to be like, yeah, this is a school for people who want an easier time, is being like, yeah, I went to Emerson. This is an easy college for people who don't try hard. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
This is it. First day of college.
I'm going to die. Your anxiety piles up to the point of vomiting. Just like back on your first day every year in school, you cursed and screamed inside your head as your parents left you with strangers. But you've gotten used to it by the time you started enrolling yourself in second year. Mother was very accommodating to the idea, with an increase of your weekly allowance. Oh, look at you getting a weekly fucking allowance. Oh boy, what's that like? I'm a little thin ice. I got paid for my grades. We had that system where I would get money based on how good my grades were, but that was all I did not have an allowance. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally like birthdays, Christmas, and how good were your grades. You better have gotten straight A's again. Like, I guess that's an incentive when it's literally my only income for video games. Your heart starts pounding, palms getting cold and sweaty. Like, I'm not doing it again. The plastic ID is getting heavy. No! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Gotcha. With the sound of the beep, you initiate your start of college. We got that whole sentence without mentioning spaghetti. The booklet says to head to the auditorium. Where is it, though? Well, it said that old
Heads or
college always
tails, baby.
radicalize you to the left. That way? You end up with the schoolyard. Welcome to the Leo route of the game, because you picked that choice. You wander around for a sign or a marker that says auditorium. Where is it? Did I take a wrong turn? Maybe I should head back. No. You turn to look for a staff member, like a guard or a janitor. In a strange turn of events, it appears that you are alone. At college? Place looks huge. Maybe they're just up ahead? You wander and wander, but not a single soul in sight. You start to sweat, which is unfortunate when you're already covered in fur. Your heart starts pounding. Your eyes start to lose focus and become blurry. Well, where is everyone? Maybe this is a horror game. Hello? You start to hear noises that you know aren't really there. Your breathing quickens, even though you're the only one walking down the empty field, echoed by your own footsteps. I don't think this is what social anxiety is. You stop in the middle of the open yard, focusing all your senses for a presence only to be met by nothing. What? Anyway, your brain tells you to go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Whoa. You immediately about face and start running for your life. Huff, huff, huff aromas. This was a bad idea. Your heartbeat skyrockets as you run along the courtyard. The pathway seems to stretch further away from you, no matter how fast you run. This is a realistic expectation. This is what happens when you have a cat that you raise indoors and you let them out for the first time, and then they see the sky and they lose their shit. Clench your tightening chest. Not now. Not now. Just hold on. It's getting harder and harder to breathe. Harder and harder to breathe. You desperately gasp for air through your mouth, but it's not really working. Instead, you feel dizzier the faster you breathe. Just a bit farther. Just need to get out of here, and the attack will end. Come on, buddy. Almost. There. Gah! Husband? Suddenly, you smack your face against something hard. Don't stop huffing it. No, stop huffing the hard thing. This is inappropriate. You need to ask his name first. Shit.
Just take a big sniff. Kid, are you okay?
The glaring sun behind the figure, in addition to your tunnel vision, makes it impossible for you to see who it is. Then it hits you like a ton of bricks as it pops out of his waistband. Ah! You're in a full-blown panic. You shuffle around trying to pick yourself up, but your whole body feels like it's on fire. Heart going overdrive. It feels like whoever it is still speaking, but you can't make out the words. Check out this KD ratio. Whoa. The figure grabs you by the shoulders and shakes you. He comes up close, yelling something. Don't worry, I'll calm you with my tits. Fucking panic attack. This is extremely unprompted.
Yeah.
I'll fucking kill you if God ever gives you a body.
Kid, breathe slowly.
How do you unpronounce the I in kid?
I don't know.
Huh?
Breathe slowly.
Stop screaming at me, God. I know. The second wave of panic, wave of pain comes, making it hard to concentrate on your breathing.
Kid, you're all right.
You're not helping. Stop yelling at me.
Come on, kid, just breathe slowly. You're okay. You're not dying.
It's too late. We have to choke him out. Well.
He's gigantic.
Yes.
It's a very large man.
Yes.
Is he a dog or is he a bear? I can't tell. Put your bets in the comments right now.
Ears have me guessing dog because they're pointy.
Yeah.
But he is a very
dog.
He's a very berry dog. He's also very obviously wearing undersized shirts on purpose. So he's definitely gay.
That's it, kid. Just hold it in and breathe out slowly.
Incredible. Your panic attack was conquered by the power of sexy. Just like I said.
You're doing good, kid.
Oh yeah, he's a
Hello?
dog.
Kid?
The beefy wolf snaps his fingers under
I
your
wouldn't.
ear.
Never in 100 years would I have guessed wolf. I would have said he was like a German shepherd or something.
Yeah.
Before I guessed wolf.
Sometimes wolf just means big.
Just means big dog, yeah.
Big anthro dog, and you just give it whatever coloration you feel like. But yeah, the moment I saw the tail, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the tail's very
said, the fact that you said you started snapping and then it happened. Oh wait. Oh, that wasn't you. Okay.
No, it was not.
I thought we had another mother moment because I thought you were acting. How do you respond physically? You turn your head to his protruding meaty pecs and take a good whiff.
So, like, I was under the impression that this game would be about a socially awkward person who's like struggling and working through their social anxiety, which puts them into clumsy situations. But it kind of seems to me like this is a game where you can just choose to be a creep. Like, that's slightly different than being socially awkward.
If you pick the right choices, you end up as being one of those people at fur cons that doesn't have boundaries.
Yeah. It transcends social awkwardness and veers heavily into maybe a victimizer. That's all I'm saying.
We just dove in there. Oh my god. When I think of socially awkward, if you're talking about like social anxiety or something, I don't expect you to have a panic attack in an empty space and then be like sexually aggressive around people.
I have pretty terrible social anxiety. I really do not like being in crowded spaces with lots of people. For the most part, like certain environments are fine for me. Like honestly, it's kind of weird, but like clubs and dance floors and stuff like that parties don't freak me out. What freaks me out is stuff like the grocery store or like vendors alleys or artist alleys at furry conventions, because there's an expectation that I will be interacting with people very actively, and I'm scared about where to look around, because what if I look at someone and they think that I'm gonna buy something from them, so they start to pitch to me and I have to then let them down.
Oh yeah, it is a weird. I found myself moving faster past stalls at those places that didn't have other people already interacting with the shop person, because they were just going to be paying attention to me, so I didn't want to be seen looking at their stuff in that context.
Yeah, I mean, and there's lots of different forms of social anxiety, so this isn't the only way for social anxiety to manifest. But yeah, I can't say I've ever walked on campus and then had a panic attack because the presence of no one was overwhelming me into thinking about too many people. Like I used to have panic attacks all the time about basically nothing, but they were always like, it was never like, oh, I'm having a social anxiety panic attack right now. It was like, oh no, the concept of the end of time exists. The sun will one day explode and engulf all of our decaying bodies. Oh no. Like, that's how my panic attacks would set in. So seeing that happen, and then he like runs into your plot boyfriend, and then you get the choice between, an actual interaction with him emotionally or sniffing his pecs and getting love drunk. I don't know, man. He's a little over the top in a way that kind of reads as maybe a little bit, I don't want to say offensive, that's not the right word, but like loaded a little bit. Like it's very heavy-handed and a little creepy.
I'm just thinking,
and I don't know if it's doing anything with it. I can't tell.
I just used to love walking across empty campus, college campus, because like it's just like a relaxing, like it's just an open area with a lot of greenery and walkways. Like I would sometimes between classes, if I didn't want to just sit there at the student union for an hour or whatever, I would literally just kind of walk up and down the entire campus over and over again and taking different paths, because there's just a lot of paths you can take and it's just kind of a chill environment. It's not where I'd expect a panic attack to happen unless it's pushed by something specific that isn't the environment, because the environment's like designed to be chill.
Yeah. Good. I thought you were having a heart attack. No, wait. No, you didn't. You specifically knew it was a panic attack and said you weren't dying.
Yeah.
What? There's no tingling sensation in your left arm, right?
Not in your arm, at least.
Oh my god.
You shake your head and subtly cross your legs together. How do you subtly cross your legs when you're standing?
He's holding you. He's holding you upright. You can't cross your legs suddenly. You're putting all of your weight on him. Are you fine? Do you need me to call someone?
You shake your head even faster this time.
I guess you're used to it, huh? Oh. Don't worry. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Are you able to stand?
You have 3 legs after all. You nod.
Let me help you up.
He wraps his muscular arm around your back and lifts you up onto your feet. Vertigo quickly sets in, making you dizzy. He has mostly nonverbal responses as far as dialogue goes, just throughout the game.
Still dizzy, huh?
It's his fault you're dizzy, not that you mind. Wow, just packing, huh? Losing blood flow to the brain. Having those big arms scoop you up like that. Exhilarating. You shake your head side to side. Come on, say a word.
Since you're all right, I'll be going now. I have some work to do.
You slowly nod your head sideways to confirm you heard him.
Take care of yourself. And don't feel bad about having panic attacks. They're nothing to be ashamed of. I keep waiting to read the lines because I don't know, like the way that they're animated and the way that you have to click through them makes me think that there's always going to be a little bit more dialogue. So I wait a little bit longer and then none comes. But then the moments when I do start to read as it's unveiling, without failure, have had extra things at the end that completely change the context. So it's kind of hard to pace out reading this verbally.
Hilda?
You nod 3 times. There he goes, walking away with his back hunched to your level, waving goodbye. What?
I think he means that the wolf is so large that he leans over to be... He like Legoshis.
He's like leaning down to our height even though he's walking away.
Yeah, he like hunches his shoulders when he walks.
Yeah, he's got the Rothgar slouch.
Yes, exactly.
This has gotten awkward.
Only just now?
First, you have your first panic attack in 2 years. I somehow doubt that. Second, you found your first real crush outside of the porn you watch. This alone snapped you out of your panic attack. I'm so amused. The wolf just did not. First of all, yeah, we seem to be out of the panic attack already, but also the wolf somehow didn't register us just diving into his pecs.
Oh no, he didn't. He was too concerned with just being a normal dude trying to help out a stranger to notice the stranger was like
being an absolute weirdo
on him.
And third, you're still standing and staring at the direction he went for a good whole 2 minutes. What an eventful day. You decide to move along until you feel a crunch underneath your foot. It was a flyer for a gym subscription. It has poorly drawn wrestler mascot figures all over around the border. This is definitely the work of a very supportive child. No one in their right mind would use this as an advertisement until it hit you. Your new crush was holding these flyers while you were nestled on his meaty arms. Huh. $14.99 a month, full access to showers and drinking water. Get professional help with an expert. First week is free. This sounds reasonable, but damn, these drawings really don't make this place look legit. We're just judging art. How dare this?
Really relentless.
How dare there be goofy drawings of muscle men on this gym flyer? No matter how you look at the flyer, you can only imagine how bad the gym is. Maybe get someone professional to do it?
This is actually something I have a frustration with, and it's it's something that took me a long time to learn. So this is something that I think people should like internalize and think about. But a lot of people who struggle with social anxiety and struggle with fitting in, especially young people who struggle with fitting in and feeling alone, have to deal with eventually is that very often their ego is part of what is holding them back. And what I mean by that is, and I'll use an example from my life, and it's still something that follows me around, but like for years and years and years, I was bullied for liking the things I liked, right? And because I was a weird kid and I spoke a bunch of foreign languages and left the country to go to school and stuff. And even as a young adult, it was like hard for me to find a place to fit in. And I thought for a lot of my young adulthood and even earlier than that, like my teenage years, a lot of what I was doing was saying ultimately, like, those people are mean to me. They are wrong. They are not good enough. I'm the right one and I have the good opinions. So my read on the world is staunchly correct, and everything that I like has value and everything I dislike doesn't. And that's a fine way to survive as someone who is ostracized. But as you get older and become more independent and you transition into the adult world, that becomes the primary alienating factor. And that's not to say that people can't be wrong or can't have shitty opinions. They totally can. And that sometimes, you know, it is just hard to find a spot that you fit in. But this character is exhibiting a very realistic and frustrating element of young adulthood, especially among people who, for lack of a better word, feel socially outcast. And it is a internal entitlement towards belonging that excludes and demeans the things around yourself. What I mean by that is he literally just goes up to this college flyer for this gym and is like, this isn't good enough. Wow, I can't imagine how bad this place is just because the graphic design on the flyer isn't great. Ugh. People shouldn't buy Apple brand products because they're too expensive. They don't know any better. And like really all that is like an internal monologue that bullies the world around you. And while it can be right even in many situations, like that opinion that he shared in the beginning of being like, offshore manufacturing is cheaper and you can get products that are like of equal quality if you just don't get attached to the branding. He's not using that to actually get a leg up and like get his finances in order. The way he's portraying that is a means of putting himself above other people. And that is probably the single most damning thing you can do when you're trying to fit in and find friends. It's
a thing where it stops being a thing that determines your choices and instead is this thing that's like a thing you self-identify with, like it's part of your personality.
Yep. Yeah. And so this game is titled Socially Awkward, and it's ostensibly about a person with social anxiety who struggles to fit in. But really, I think what a lot of people as they age learn is that like this kid, like this social anxiety, how do I explain this? This social anxiety that this kid has isn't what makes him hard to, it's not what makes it hard for him to find friends. What makes it hard for him to find friends is that he's kind of being an asshole and he's kind of hurting himself more than he realizes with his thoughts. And I mean, just so far, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This guy is not pleasant to be around.
It's the social network monologue from the ex-girlfriend.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
It's like throughout your life, you're going to have trouble finding a girlfriend, and you're going to tell yourself that it's because you're a nerd. But I want you to know that it's because you're an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. And like, yeah, this is something everyone struggles with. But when adults say, oh yeah, like all teenagers are assholes. I was an asshole when I was a teenager. Like this is what they're talking about. this is what they mean, is being like this and like living off of snap judgments and truly moralizing about the world and trying to put yourself above others and sort of exclude yourself from situations and find a way to disqualify things before you even experience them. This kid has never been to this gym. This gym could be a seedy rat hole, but just looking at a flyer on a college campus, probably made by a first-year design student, like being like, oh, this gym that probably is funded with like, you know, the cheap tuition it doesn't have good enough graphic design. Like, what a snob. Just get over yourself.
There is an
dude.
element of like, and I see this a lot in the circles that I deal with as a gaming YouTuber, but also just myself as somebody who was bullied in high school and everything. Like there's an element where you see yourself as being smarter and better than the people you dealt with in high school and so on that bullied you. But then what often happens is that those people, the ones that aren't the, you know, that jock stereotype that like burns out immediately after high school and is always pining for that to go back, like Leo or whatever, like that, we will often want to say that that's what like most of those people were like, when it's like two of them, and almost all of them actually just mature really quickly and get out in the adult world and move on with their lives and look back and are kind of embarrassed with how they behaved once upon a time and so on. But the nerds that they bullied often get really toxic, where they think that themselves as already being better than a lot of those people, so they internalize a lot of shitty traits that cut themselves off from the world as they grow up, and they actually are the ones that paradoxically do not really mature well into their 30s in some cases, where like they still have not moved on from high school and they still hold on to this thing because they've never really looked at how to push themselves forward, because they thought that they were literally already done maturing before high school finished.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's kind of weird seeing this story get set up as like a socially awkward, look how relatable this quirky character is sort of thing in this sort of romance seeming wish fulfillment story, when this character is just kind of a jerk. I'm really hoping he changes over the course of the novel, but I'm not sure if he will, if it is just a, you know, dating sim.
Like, we're admittedly taking a couple of hints and running with them for a long time.
Yeah.
But but there's this question of like, does this character, I do kind of wonder, is this a case where a character is very specifically written in a specific way to be challenged, or if this is an accidental, like, self-revealing kind of character, like, oh, this is just a self-insert and I haven't interrogated any of this or something.
Yeah.
And some of that depends on how old the author is in some cases.
Yeah. I mean, as a person with pretty intense social anxiety, this main character raises, like, it makes my fight or flight, like, go into panic mode. Like, if I knew this person and was like stuck at a school function with them, I would work very hard to be occupied and be holding a drink at all times and like seem like I'm in a conversation so that they don't talk to me. Like, that is where I am with this character. God. Like, I would be hanging out with people that I wouldn't even want to be having a conversation with just so that he doesn't talk to me, because
you're reacting more viscerally to this character than Stephanie did to TJ.
Oh, completely. Like, I'm not joking right now. This is the most hackled up I've been playing any game with you, including Fear and Hunger. Like, this character sets off every single alarm in my head.
Toaster is currently holding a crowbar in a defensive position.
I am like picking at my fingernails. Like, it's like not good. Anyway, continue. Let's keep going. I don't want to.
Right side of the flyer, there's one figure in the drawings that catches your attention.
Huh. Looks just like El Tigre Lobo. Even has the same mask design.
Isn't that a character in the Echoverse? Wasn't it the villain in the superhero? Yeah, the superhero villain that Carl liked. Because there was Super Wolf research and then something like that. I don't know.
I don't know if I can find that easily.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a reference. Well, somebody's going to get in trouble with copyright laws.
Oh yeah,
feels like
that's the level of scrutiny
feels like
that
a reference.
That some flyer for a local gym gets with its hand-drawn art. Disney's very litigious. You fold the flyer into your backpack and check the time. It's already 8! Did I miss the opening? Better find my classroom. I was too busy being horny and dickish.
Yeah.
You head off to your classroom, asking for some directions here and there. Finally, you catch sight of it. Do colleges have an opening? Is there like a beginning, like at a convention? Is there like a beginning of
commencement admissions? Yeah.
I definitely never went to one. I went to like the thing you do before the semester, where you like there's like an orientation thing, but I never went to any kind of like the year's starting. I just went to my first class.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think this might be the week before actual classes. I'm not really sure. I mean, it does seem like orientation, so I'm not sure though.
Monday, 8:15 a.m. With no sign of anyone familiar, you decide to relax by leaning on the rails.
A really Japanese-looking school. I went to one of like an area of my school looked exactly like this. It's actually really nostalgic for me to see a lot of this campus because it looks shockingly similar to my Japanese school.
Yeah, I never had second floor walkways or third floor walkways.
Second floor walkways, fenced rooftops, very Japanese.
We definitely had buildings that had 3 or 4 floors, but they had nothing near them. You were not going from building to building at Sac State. Wonder where John is. Pretty sure we enrolled together. John exists, apparently. I should text him, see if he's even here. Ah, jeez. Is that Andrew?
Yeah, it does look. Is that a Naruto headband?
I don't
neck collar.
I don't know what that. It just looks like Andrew.
It does look like Andrew.
It just looks like Andrew so much somehow. Oh,
gotta show him that.
How come the notifications didn't say anything? There's like 200 unread messages in the IM app. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. What? Gonna toss his phone into the. What is it saying?
Into the sea.
Into the sea. Goes so fast. You slap the pocket on your ass. And as suspected, someone stole your wallet. Well, you've only known one musky husky, so thief. You ran. Wait, no, someone just did.
Yeah, Andrew did. Andrew stole your wallet.
Oh, I thought. Oh, this person's here.
Yeah.
I thought this was John. I thought we were imagining him.
Oh no, he's just a dude.
No, it's just a guy just walks up. Wow. See, they came on the screen as Andrew was mentioned. Or as John was mentioned. So I thought that was just us picturing John. I didn't realize we were supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
This was a diegetic delinquent. Okay, I get it. You slap. Thief! Ran after the thief, but at the first corner turn, he was gone. You checked the closest classrooms in hopes that he might have just hidden there. No luck. Ah! Mom is going to kill me! I lost $60 and the debit card she gave me.
Your mom gave you a debit card? It's not even your debit card. It's not even your bank account.
How fucking rich are you? You just get a debit card?
It's not even a credit card. It's a debit card. It has a direct link to her bank account.
Yeah, but also gonna kill you. Do you not? You're at least 18, right? Like you should know by now. Like first of all, $60 is just not much. With the life you're living, $60 isn't shit. But also like you just make a call to deactivate a card. It's so easy. Debit cards are such throwaway trash that half of them ship broken, and you have to immediately get a new one again. Like who gives a shit? The debit card. In a fit of panic, you open up your phone and stare at it. What's the number of the bank? Just call your mom. No! You decide to just sit in class and maybe beg the teacher to give you some time to call the bank to freeze the account. You don't need to freeze the account, you just gotta deactivate the card! That's how banks work. Just text your mom. Just text your mom to deactivate your card right now. You have your phone. It's easy. You don't need to call anyone. This is not an emergency.
Just open your bank app and click freeze card.
Oh, so this is John.
Oh, he's a lion. That's fun.
The art's really good in
You
this
okay?
game. I like it.
Yeah, I do like the art. You okay, dude?
As you open the door to the classroom, you see your best friend from 5th grade in front of you. John!
Ugh.
You jump to John in full embrace, hanging on by his hip as you burst out in tears.
What's wrong, buddy? May I say that is very gay?
Shut it! Can't you see I need emotional and financial support? You do not need... Okay.
No, you already have financial support. It's called your wealthy ass parents buying you a 2-bedroom apartment when you're a first-year college student.
You don't even have your own debit card? Oh my god. He has no concept of his situation.
No, none at all.
Yes, how'd you know?
Well, you did scream thief just a while ago.
Huh? And he got away.
You see what he looks like?
Yes, a brown wolf with a huge collar on.
He was a wolf too? He looked like a fox.
That was a collar?
Must be collar season.
What does that have to do with the current situation? Or what does it even mean?
I had to keep in touch with the current trends.
It's a fashion season? Like after Labor Day?
What did the collar even look like?
Blue with weird plates attached all around. Oh, and short. He's like super short. Like the same exact height. Almost the same drawing. Because the shoulders like would be a silhouette match with John. Oh, it's him. He's here, I guess. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like him?
Uh-huh. Hup. You jump and grab both of his ankles. just on the ground. Okay. He tries to pull away, but he focuses more on balancing. Give it back, you little thief.
Yoink.
John takes the assumed thief's collar with such grace that the thief doesn't even notice until John's uttered yoink out loud.
This looks nice. Thanks, dude.
The tongue. That's pretty gay. That's extremely gay. The wolf becomes frantic over losing his collar. However, he can't move with you shackled to his legs like a ball and chain. John flicks his newly acquainted collar and takes a selfie, making a peace sign.
I'll trade you for his wallet. Listen, dude, since we're classmates, how about you come clean? Is that how that works?
I mean, because I think he just means because we're literally gonna be in the same class this whole semester. We have to deal with each other, so this is a poor choice. He's making just a colon capital I face, just this.
Yeah. You're gonna be stuck with us for half a year. Do you really want a cat clinging onto you the whole time? TikTok, dude. Bell already rang. Cheese is gonna be here any second.
Does he not speak? The brown wolf tosses your wallet to John. Why wouldn't you just give it to the cat?
Thank you. Yeah. This is...
He then points at you. We have two nonverbal characters.
Oh, he's waiting for an apology.
I speak bottom.
Thank you for translating. Better hurry, he bites.
Yeah. Oh my god. That looks like a character that exists in the fandom or something.
I like John's design. I just want to say that John is the most expressive character so far. I like him.
Yeah, you might. Have you seen that? Shit, is it called Miami something? There's a cyberpunk lion detective game coming out from the creators of the Hayseed Knight, and there's a similar like queer lion protagonist going on there. That's what I'm thinking about. I was not
I
ready
have
for this guy to
not.
come in with this costume.
Yeah, me either.
I guess you were right about Japan. Okay. What's going on here?
I can't whistle right now. My lips are
No,
too dry.
I mean,
Hold
I
on.
assume he's just saying whistle, 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 because it's in quotes.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Whistle, whistle, whistle.
Yep, he left you, just like that, with your wallet and the short wolf's abnormally large collar on each hand behind his back. Oh, check out that sweater. You're canonically in this classroom, Toaster.
Oh hey,
You're their
this was a
classmate.
class I took. This was my Japanese 404 class.
The sweater being left there means that somewhere there's just a raccoon purely in the nude. What else can he do? At least you got away with your wallet. Well, you scramble up to your feet and look away, preparing your ultimate weapon. Nothing? Oh. It's working. He's confused. The brown wolf, however, is looking at you with doubt. Take your seats then.
Thank you, Mr. Dragon, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
They should rename this game from socially awkward to cringe. That was mean. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Edit that out in post.
Definitely don't double it in audio and amplify it and make it echo.
I'm not trying to be mean. It hit me. That right there hit me pretty hard.
No, it's this is a very intense kind of ubu protagonist that they're extremely a lot. They're a type of extremely online person that we interact with regularly. Like, this is a subset. It's a lot.
Ugh.
After confusing the teacher with your unique ability, you have no choice but to sit next to the thief. Good thing John is right next to you, teasing the thief with his collar. The wolf gestures in annoyance that since he did his part, now it's John's turn. But John wouldn't have it. He just puts on the collar and takes more selfies with it. During class, normal behavior. The wolf sneers, and his claws dragging on the wooden table. Sneers? John doesn't like that reaction, so he tugs on both ends of the collar to insinuate that he will rip it apart if he continues. That makes the brown wolf look suddenly sad and frantic. That collar must have some significance. John, knowing this, is holding a sadistic control over him. Okay, John, I think you had enough. The wolf is nodding frantically with tears in his eyes. Okay, so he's just actually nonverbal.
Aw. I thought that said a woo for a second. I was like, wow, brutal. He's just really dragging him.
John pouts, probably wanting to tease more. It's in his nature, but he hands it back, just as you asked.
And I'm charging 10 for my services.
Without giving it further thought, John claims $10 from your wallet. Ah. You should expect no less from someone who takes without asking. At least he's doing it in plain sight. Bastard.
I'm eating fine tonight.
Oh yeah.
$10. That'll
Executive
get you what,
dining with $10.
double quarter pounder with cheese in a small fry. What?
I'm getting a small personal pizza. From Jamba Juice, not from Round Table. John sniffs the money right in front of your face. It's his way of saying, don't do it again. Maybe. This is the least involved teacher so far. He's just silently over somewhere doing nothing, I guess. He returns your wallet. You carefully check to see if anything is missing besides the 10. 5 $10 bills and your debit card. Yep, it's all there. At least the thief didn't throw it out the window or something. As you turn your back, you see the wolf holding his oversized collar. He was completely engrossed with checking its condition. His paws are carefully looking and rubbing over every detail of the plates. Was he checking for damage? Looking at his collar, his expression softens. Maybe it was your imagination, but were his eyes glistening? You literally said that there were tears in his eyes already. He must have been staring for a while because he glances up at you, but then went back to looking at his collar. Pup play. You slowly tilt your head to get a better view of the collar. Looks awfully familiar. Where have you seen that collar before? Is it just like from one of your Japanese animes? Good morning, class. My name is Professor Zale Callum. I'll be your advisor and history teacher for this year. Pleased to meet you. He bows his head, but everyone else is perplexed. Foreign to the idea of bowing back. Okay, I was like, I had to gauge where that sentence was going a little bit. Bow. Woo-woo. You bow. Zale notices and directs his bowing head facing you. He mouths thank you before pulling back up. He has a yardstick like a katana. I just caught up to that. Okay. Does he even teach anything mathematical? As you may all already know, attendance is now fully automated thanks to the school's new RFID system. There is no need to check for attendance. It's all here in the system. So regardless if you're tardy or late, we'll know and base your grades on it, not the tests. Just always check yourself at the front gates. Any questions? Your attendance is based on the front gates and not the classroom?
Huh. What's with the ruler?
Zale just smiles as he unsheaths his ruler from his waistband and starts slapping on his palm continuously. Although your names and faces are in the system, they are not in our brains. So I would like everyone to introduce themselves, starting with the front row. It's our favorite thing about college semesters beginning. Icebreakers. Each student introduces themselves almost at the same pace. Some obviously bored, some absent-minded, some even advertise their family's bakery. It was like any other first day classroom introduction. And just like every school year, your anxiety kicks in. Your head is swimming as indecisions such as, should I add my age, my home address, my social security number?
John T. Nully. Nice to meet you all.
It's a goofy enough name that I was searching for a pun. I'm like, are they doing something here?
That's me too.
I didn't clock anything, but I was sure there was something going on there. You weren't prepared at how fast time passed by. You slowly rose up and looked down at your side. In your mind, you thought you looked cool and uninterested, but to everyone else's eyes, you're a wreck. You're sweating buckets. Your eyes are zooming. They can't choose whether this is a current tense or past tense visual novel. Your eyes are zooming through time and space until finally your mouth starts to move. Jayce, V, Sir Cap. You take your seat and immediately cover your head with your bag. John pats you on the back while giving out his signature smile. I hate introductions.
It's good for you. First impression is key to getting a job.
I'll never get a job then.
Stop being a baby.
Baby bee!
Ew, no.
Feed me!
I feel like mushy avocados.
You know. As opposed to not mushy avocado. Anyway, you both smile and giggle at your friendly little banter. As I've already stated from the beginning, I'll be your advisor for the school year. If you have any questions on school-related topics, you'll find me either in this classroom or in the teacher's office.
Wait, they have an advisor in college that meets in a classroom? I mean, like, my advisor was a professor, but, like, he didn't meet with a group of students and then be like, I'm going to advise you in this homeroom.
Is this supposed
college
to be like...
doesn't have homeroom.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, is this a homeroom and not the first class? I only have a vague idea what a homeroom is because I also didn't have a homeroom in high school. It's just like
I mean, it literally is just a classroom you go to get your attendance taken at the beginning of the day.
Yeah. So whenever someone talks about it like a beginning of a day homeroom, I'm just like, I'm confused. I don't know what this is. Never
Basically,
had this.
Just to be very clear and fill you in, homeroom, it gets talked about and like romanticized, but really it was just for most schools like 15 minutes at the beginning of the day where you go to a meeting room basically to get the announcements for the day and get your attendance taken, and then you go to your main class, your first class. Like, that's all it is.
Strange.
So it's literally just like an ministerial clerical thing.
Yeah.
But I've never had that in college. That's very weird.
I've never had it in ever. We just got attendance in class. I think we had attendance done every class even. For the rest of the day, the teachers
homeroom is there. Homeroom is there to prevent you from like showing up for homeroom, and then if your attendance doesn't, if you're not shown up any other classes, they know that you showed up at the beginning of the day and then ditched school. Rather than being like called out for the day. That's what that's for. But
for the rest of the day, teachers pass out information on what topics they'll cover for the rest of the school year. Monday, 12:01 p.m. What do we got here in this back bar? What do we... It almost looks like movie theater food somehow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell what I'm looking at. I see some Coca-Colas on the right window.
I see those little plastic open top things. They look like they're filled with sushi. I think this is literally supposed to be like a Japanese.
Yeah.
This is what a foreigner's idea maybe of what a Japanese school cafeteria is like.
More bottles than I expected to see.
Yeah.
Just in general. The cafeteria is just as plain as your old high school one. Plastic bench seats and tables are bolted onto the floor. The questionable stainless steel rails are still preventing animals from cutting in line. And lastly, the constant unbearable chatter on the walls. You and John buy lunch from the cafeteria. John gets steak while you get cup noodles, but you don't seem to be hungry as of now. I said steak, I just imagined like a whole ass steak and not what they probably mean. This is a weird quirk, but I went through all of elementary school, middle school, and high school and college without ever eating in a cafeteria. It's just not it's just not like a formative memory of any kind.
Yeah.
Definitely my high school had like a store you could get in line for to get food at that was outdoors. Just like a lady at a counter, like at a lunch place at a fair. You're more preoccupied trying to remember where you saw that specific color. I'm checking out all the Wind Nation people. None of them seem to quite be dressed like that. You try multiple combinations of words to find the color on Dougal. There's something about the collar. It feels nostalgic. You must know why.
What's up?
Blue collar with tags. Dougal. Just some random collars of all sorts popping out. Nowhere close. Trying to remember where I saw that collar before.
Why?
I don't know. It's been bugging me the whole day.
You know that feeling when you hear a piece of the song but you can't remember the title of it?
I guess. Did gash marks and scratches ring any bells?
Scratches and gashes, a little bit, but nothing to go on about. But why would a collar have protective plates like that?
Maybe they're tags?
Or a hand-me-down?
Could be.
What, for a fucking Cerberus? Those don't fit on his neck.
Familias and Lupos usually wear them as either mementos or IDs.
They look fancy.
It's cute. You look cute with one if it wasn't racist.
Huh? How's it racist? Whoa! That's really startling.
This is just they're doing the like cultural,
if it's cultural appropriation, then why are you taking selfies in it?
Yeah,
you were being like openly racist to get at him, basically.
Yeah,
that doesn't make you cool. You're not the laid back fun guy anymore.
Well, it's just weird because they're doing that thing of like paralleling real world racism possibly in like social topics with like
it's like
Naruto headbands
discourse.
are cultural appropriation, and it's like, oh no. All right. It is extremely offensive to a Felician to wear a collar. Anyone who's read their history would know it's an act of racism to wear one. To a Felician, like a feline, then why do wolves wear collars? What?
I think
okay.
Are the cats white people in this universe? Is that what we're implying? Like they're
why would it be offensive for a Felician to wear the collar then?
I'm saying like I don't think how do I put this?
Why would it be offensive for the dog to wear the collar then? If the cats are the Felicians, why are the Felicians taking offense to this?
No, it's offensive. Oh, because it says offensive to a Felician. I think so I interpreted the other way, and I think I'm right. And it's a grammar problem. I think they mean it's extremely offensive for a Felician to wear a collar, is what they should have written.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the idea of us wearing one and we're a cat.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they meant to write, but I see where you got there because that's what they wrote technically. It just doesn't make any in context. It doesn't make sense for them to write it that way though. So I think it's just a mistake. Yeah, cats shouldn't wear collars because it's dog culture.
Cats wear collars all the time though.
Not in this universe.
You should know this. It's part of your history.
Just can't get over the fact that, John, you were doing it. You did it. You wore the collar and took pictures in it. What are you gonna do with those pictures? If you put them on Facebook, you're gonna get canceled.
Or is it just something that cats can do, and it's racist and edgy for the dog to do it? But then at the same time, then why is the dog doing it?
I don't.
What?
No, I think it's bad when the cat does it. I don't know why he was taking pictures. I think they forgot. I think they haven't thought through the implications of that scene. He was just like freaking. He was like in the middle of like being racially insensitive to this dog in front of an entire classroom and the teacher all at once. Like, this lion sucks.
Gross.
Stop it. Why is that happening? Is it supposed to be random people passing by? Why are they going so fast?
But I think they're sexy.
Are you sure it's not your racism talking?
Who knows? This is all truly who knows? I can't make out anything that has happened in the past 2.5 minutes. Why do you think I have you as a friend? What?
Unsettling? What does that mean? What does he mean by that? What are the jokes?
Why is he chewing like that?
What is the basis of this comedy? I don't get this scene. Okay, hi again.
Hola. Nice to see that you're okay, little gato.
And okay, this is the race scene where we introduce race as a concept across every character. That's what we're doing in the cafeteria scene. There was no hint of this last conversation.
No. I need like muscle relaxants for how tense I am right now.
I'm getting nervous.
This is hitting all the wrong notes.
I don't know if the extremely like everyone acts like they do in the animes I watch game is ready to go in this topic. Like, Ruby is disappointing, and here's why.
If it's not much to ask, do you know someone named David Mercy?
Shoot, you're bad at remembering names and talking to strangers, especially hot ones like
You're
faculty.
really good at just
that you probably
sniffing their musk.
Yeah, I'll jam my nose right in their cleavage, but talking to them.
Yeah, we do.
Is to me.
We do?
Yeah, we're classmates.
Did you read his collar? Is that who it is?
Really? My voice went really deep because I like had to hiccup. Yeah, silent, always angry looking. Sounds like David, all right. Have a seat.
Are they family? They have the same color hair.
Probably. David should be here any minute.
Why would you know that?
Gracias. I can't stay. I'm already late for work. I was only going to give him his lunch and then head back, but I couldn't find him.
How long have you been here? Do you work or go here? Who are you? I thought he was a teacher.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is faculty.
But he has to go
you can
to
have us
work?
deliver it to him. Sorry.
What?
Really? Why not? David's our friend.
You've never spoken before.
Really?
What? What is that reaction? The hulking wolf's eyes brighten as if he won the lottery. Oh, he's psyched that David has ever had a friend, apparently.
Yeah, they also have the same color they have the same red hair, but they also have the same like fur marking. So yeah, they're related for sure. David's his
Yeah.
younger brother, I think.
I think they're like inverted.
Yeah.
But yeah, the same two colors.
Of course. What are friends for? John would be voiced by Todd Habercorn if this were an anime.
Yeah.
And it was an English dub. No one in the audience, I don't even know if you get that, but if anyone else in the audience who likes English dubs, John would be voiced by Todd Habercorn.
Congrats, everybody. If you're in on the joke, you nailed it.
It's not even a joke. It's just an actually good casting. It's very typecasted for this character.
I'm a little amused that like in the just in the furry world, there's such a diversity of character designs you can have for every single species. But if you're a lion, you probably have like they probably color picked Simba like almost every time. Like it's just the exact coloration. There's so many characters that match perfectly.
John, what are you doing? We don't even know anyone named David.
I'm John Nully, by the way, and this adorable mute cat is Jayce.
What?
What is happening?
That didn't happen the whole
Mackin.
time. That just
Mackin
started
Mercy.
happening, right? Okay.
Yeah, that just started happening.
His voice started going woof 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 woof.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Mac and Mercy. All right.
Well, I'm happy to know that David finally made some friends. Does he not get along with other people? Well, he does. It's just that things have changed over the past years. I mean, years in his life, if he's an 18-year-old college student, that's a significant portion of his life. So does he or does he not have friends?
Oh no.
Say no more. We'll take good care of him. Right, Jayce?
Yeah? What the hell are you planning, John?
Please, make sure David eats everything. He's always skipping breakfast. Will do. Gracias, gracias.
A large brown wolf left with a proud, cheerful smile. I was like, the large brown wolf jumped over the lazy dog. Judging by his reactions and proud demeanor, this David must be a very antisocial kid, kind of like you. As soon as Macon left the door, John starts opening the lunchbox.
John, don't you dare.
Relax, I'm just investigating.
Bop. Oh, it like can stop him. Like whap.
Yep. He would absolutely whap someone without having any boundaries. 100%. Ow.
You bop John's nose. No, bad, John, bad.
You're no fun.
Fun is with consent. That's not what you did earlier.
I know some people prefer to be surprised.
No.
Fine.
How did we know we'd see him ever? Do you know how
He's
big
wearing his
college?
collar again.
You know how big colleges are? Like,
Yeah. But
It's not
how
like
does
we
he have his
agreed to
collar
meet-
back? Don't we have it?
no, it was given back.
Oh, okay.
David comes in with a wild expression, like he got caught peeping into a girl's bathroom. His arms flail around trying to say something.
I know you can talk, by the way.
David sneers and holds up his phone, showing a text message from Macon.
I left your lunchbox with your feline friends. Much proud. Best little brother.
Next to the text is a sticker of a doggo meme. What is that? Heckin' Borker? What does that mean? David made more gestures with his hand, but from what you could understand from it all is what the fuck?
I like the music in the background right now. That is a compliment I will give. I'm enjoying it.
I enjoy the audio-visual experience. I even like the little animations and the character designs and the expressions.
David, my friend, my dear friend. What would have happened if I told Mackin that you were a thief? I bet he would have been heartbroken that his own brother got kicked out from college because he stole his friend's wallet.
Oh no. John is making that face. The face with of a devil with a contract. Hey, here, David. Don't let John get to you. You take David's lunch away from John's demonic fingers and hand it to David.
No, my leverage.
That's not your leverage. Your leverage was saying that he was a thief. Don't be mean, John.
I wanted to play some more.
Evil.
Proud of it.
He's characterized entirely around cats that knock glasses off of tables.
Yeah.
You roll your eyes, annoyed. Go on, David. Macon told us to make sure you eat everything. Just be careful with John. He may look harmless, but he'll get you somehow. Someday. As much as you don't want to be around new people, you see a little bit of David in yourself. Honestly, this character's never actually written to be socially awkward.
No.
He's written to be socially awkward in that he acts like an anime character IRL, but he doesn't sound like he has trouble with people at all.
No, he's just a dick.
They just kind of tell us, I'm not good at with new people, but like you're interacting with them just fine.
Yeah,
nothing
in
is stopping
fact,
you.
meeting a new person, according to you, is what pulled you out of a socially anxious panic attack. So technically, meeting new people is the cure to your social anxiety.
Yeah, you had an anxiety
allegedly.
attack when you were alone. And then human contact made you center again, and now you're just hanging out with David like it's nothing, but we're now being told you're like, man, my brain. This isn't exactly Carlsrad is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
Perhaps that's why you don't feel uncomfortable by his presence, even though he stole your wallet. that was just an icebreakering event. Icebreakering? Good job. What is David? So many characters. Gracias.
So you can talk.
I enjoyed that expression right there. David rolls his eyes, sits next to you, and eats his lunch. There's that itchy feeling that you forgot to ask something. Afternoon classes were just like the morning classes. Each class was no different than the other. You're supposed to go to different classes, Jayce. The teacher would come in for an introduction and explain the subject they'll be teaching for the semester. As the bell rang at the end of the day, it finally hit you. Monday, 4:30 p.m. Dave! You ran up to David, wanting to ask an important question. Thanks for waiting. His eyes speak out. What? Your collar. Where'd you get it? David's eyes shook, as though completely caught off guard by your question. His eyes shook? You startled his eyes. It's just that I remember my hero, El Tigre Lobo, wearing a collar exactly like that. Is that not... Okay, which one of them's racist? Because a tiger... Wait, Tigre Lobo... Wait, Lobo means wolf and Tigre means tiger, right?
Yeah, the tiger wolf.
But I don't know what that means, actually.
Yeah,
he's a hyena because he's a striped wolf.
Breed.
I actually don't know what kind of character that is. So I was wondering, are you a fan? David looks at you with some uncertainty in his eyes and nods slowly. Awesome! It's so hard to meet another fan of El Tigre Lobo. And hearing this, David's ears twitch. You can't be that much of a fan if you couldn't fucking recognize it.
Yeah.
Like, it seems pretty iconic. Also, is it supposed to be a collar or a belt? Like a championship belt?
I think it's a neck collar that would go around the neck of a very large dog.
Yeah. He tilts his head slightly and looks interested in what you're saying. I love how he finishes the match with his signature stance and roar. Roar! You try imitating the pose as much as you remember. David smiles. He looks so happy, as if a child got the present he wanted. David's hands slowly come out of his pockets and he starts to crouch down in the same pose as you. Midway to the pose, Macon comes in, scaring the small wolf back to his normal posture.
Hola.
Hi. Shoot, what's his name again?
What were you two playing?
It feels like a weird way to address adults. Oh,
What?
well,
Were they playing anything?
Yeah. Cloud gazing. I was pointing at a funny cloud that looks like a hamster. That's way less embarrassing than admitting I have interests.
Oh.
Macon's gaze travels around the sky for a hamster figure. He didn't see one. Travels, current tense, didn't, past tense, please.
Yeah. Sounds fun. You having fun, David?
David just looks away, not making any response to Macon's voice until a little.
Yeah, 3 exclamation points. I was
Macon's
thinking about
eyes.
how to vocalize that.
Yeah. Macon's eyes water in glee, like it's like a parent hearing their child's first word. Whoa! What are everyone's
Macon.
dads picking them up from school and college? What's happening?
Yeah, what the hell?
What? Also, why are they
I
squeezed
do like
together?
that
like
tiger's. I like that tiger's mane design.
Yeah, it's like a beard design. It's a neat
Yeah.
move.
I like that.
These are good character designs. I enjoy them. I'm just confused by the age dynamics or what these characters mean. I think we still haven't been told who Macon is.
No.
So I just don't get, like, I don't think there's just older brothers because they're too old. Everyone in the story is too old to have older brothers that look old, like significantly older.
The faculty guy, Macon, is his older brother. He called David his little brother.
So it is his little brother.
Yeah.
But also, is he faculty here or at the gym?
I think here.
Does he have an ID for the gym? Because he was passing out gym flyers?
I think he's probably like the coach of the football team.
Maybe.
That's my guess based on his design.
Now we have a Tom.
Yeah.
Would you like to be Tom?
I can read another character, I suppose.
I just took, what's his name?
You did.
David.
Macon?
Tom?
Amigo.
Mackin spreads his arms up to Tom, but Tom jumps away.
Mackin, no. What's wrong? It's just a hug. Last time you hugged me, I was almost crippled. Ooh, that's not great. That didn't feel great to say. I don't know if that's cool terminology to use in this instance. That wasn't so bad. No hugs. Aw.
What is he doing? The expression. Oh my
You're
God.
a little more happy than usual. My little brother finally talked. Uh-huh. Doesn't he already know how to talk?
Oh my God, what is happening back there?
You know, finally talk more. You know, open up.
If somebody made this much of an event out of me saying 2 words, I'd probably stop talking forever.
Yeah, I would sew my mouth shut and then take a vow of silence.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. It's thanks to his new friends. You mean my brother?
Wait. Was that an intentional audio cue of it cutting out, or is it just where the music looped?
I think this song just looped.
Oh, that was.
It was good comedic timing, though.
Yes, it was astonishing timing. I'm like, was this a record scratch moment? Like, and then I don't know why it would be.
See, he was waiting a little for little David at lunchtime, so I gave him the lunchbox so I could go to work early. Huh. I was surprised when I heard your last name.
But I don't. How
Why
old are these
people-
characters?
Exactly, I was just about to
How
say, why are
old
they
are
acting
they?
like 7-year-olds?
Aren't they like
This is
19?
so awkward.
I'm so caught off guard. These, like, you'd think that both the older brothers would be like a couple years older, but they look and act like the difference between like adults and middle schoolers.
Yeah.
I cannot gauge what's happening narratively. It's tripping me out. Like, man, I wish that I, as the big brother, hit age 20 and suddenly just hulked out of nowhere. That'd be great. Just fucking, you just expand like one of those fucking sponge dinosaurs with water added.
Yeah. I never did introduce you to my brother. I wish you did. They could have been the best of pals. What is... I don't understand.
They just coincidentally already know each other anyway, so this could have been...
Well,
what a
it's just
small
weird that he's
world.
like... It's weird that he's like, our kid brothers could be the best of pals, which is what I'm celebrating right now as well, because they're clearly friends.
Were they
And it's
drawn
just
to be
like-
their dads? I feel like they were drawn to be their dads, then rewritten to be their brothers. Maybe because they're romance options.
I don't know.
Like, I feel like they're acting and look like parental figures.
I doubt it.
It's very... But I think you try to
God.
fuck them?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't
It's just
tell.
weird. These kids feel like... It feels like we're in a high school as well. It doesn't feel like a college.
I don't know. Is it? I mean,
It feels like they got aged up. Like this
Maybe.
story was written about high schoolers and their dads, but then they were like, wait, this might be problematic shit. College and older brother, and then they just rewrote it.
Yeah.
Aw.
I'm still here.
Oh, and this little gato as well. Huh? Jayce, are you friends with David?
I guess? Nothing about this whole game makes sense so far.
But wait, how'd you get to know Jayce? Ah, you see, little gato here had a panic attack. Huh. Where did this happen?
I got lost and ended up in the schoolyard, which is most of the school. I thought the auditorium was further ahead, but it wasn't. No one taught me what a map was. I'm an
You
adult.
ended up in an empty So you ended up in an empty open area. I get it now.
What?
It doesn't seem like he gets it.
What? Is that normal? Are cats afraid of
Open
open
area?
areas? What?
Jayce is afraid of open spaces. Not bees?
Those aren't mutually exclusive or related.
Why bees? Have you ever gotten stung by one?
Listening?
Well, no. You sure it wasn't a wasp?
What?
Wasps?
What was that response? Are you sure
This
the bee
is-
that stung you wasn't a wasp? Oh, why is that your response?
I'm
What is-
getting really frustrated at this scene. So I want to talk about
This is like a
pacing.
free associative nightmare. I'm just like, what's happening?
People have a really bad understanding of what pacing is in narratives. They often think that pacing is like how many scenes there are and how long a movie is. And like, oh no, if the action happens too close to the end, that's bad pacing. That's not what pacing is. Pacing is about the flow of information as it's introduced to the audience and how useful and meaningful that information is to their understanding of the evolving narrative. This scene has profoundly terrible pacing because it is not introducing any information to us, and what information it does introduce to us is couched between long sections of moments that are just not meaningful. And so as a result, it occludes the information and makes it extremely hard to follow what it's actually trying to tell us and what it's trying to communicate. Like, I don't understand why the two brothers in the back are running around like that. Are they friends? Are they bothering each other? How old are they? I don't know. It's just having them do it
in circles
to do
and no
it.
one's reacting to it. Like it's a lot of
Jayce,
anime
we're
scenes I've seen.
Yeah, Jayce, we're learning, is afraid of open spaces, even though he says he doesn't like meeting new people, even though meeting new people are what caused
what he seems to be
helped
fine
his
at
panic
doing.
attack. So we're like getting all of this very shorthand information, extremely piecemeal, couched between scenes that are not very effective at communicating anything, because most of the characters in this are nonverbal or just creeps. They're just assholes to each other, except for the brothers who just show up out of nowhere as to hand.
Do neither of them go to
characters.
college? Are they
Like,
picking
I don't-
people up from college? Do the
Yeah,
college
I
students
don't
not
get it.
drive / use public transport if this is Japan?
I mean, I'm gonna feel bad if it turns out that this is like, and I don't mean to say this in a derogatory way, but like maybe this is a college for people with, like, for lack of a better word, special needs. They have anxiety issues that they need to be, and they need special assistance. And so maybe this is a school catered to that. I'm not sure, but I truly have lost the plot on what the heck is going on in this story and why these characters are here and why they're acting like this. It feels very strange. This is a very strange first act to a story.
Wasps.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
He
like, what
just
are we going off
stares
of?
Listfully at the sky. The
Yeah.
primary information we've learned in this scene is that Makon has a terminal case of the himbos, and his friend has a pelvic V and a gut.
Yeah, I guess he does. You know, maybe it was a wasp.
Oh, I am definitely afraid of wasps. Look at them go. They're still at it.
It was scary, though. I thought it was a heart attack. Good thing he came up to me for help.
Not exactly. I'm not going to bother telling him that I got a hard on from him and everything, but
Thank you, Mackin. But how do you two know each other? This is the friend I was talking about.
huh?
What? So this is the little gato I've been hearing about. Wait, so it's introducing a new element to this, which is that Tom is allegedly been talking about Jayce without Jayce's knowledge and introducing him to people. Why? What is going on in this narrative?
We managed to coincidentally meet both brothers just at random, and then it all linked together.
Jayce has a remarkable just case of the main characterisms where he just like
Everything's
where
just
things
happening
happen
at him.
at him. Yeah, exactly. And it's like he's here too for some reason because he's the main character. Like literally, the game just commented on it. It literally just said, "Why am I why am I still here? Like, is this still going on?" It's like, yeah. Why are you here? You haven't contributed anything, and you're not communicating anything.
He's just watching the scene happen. Then they eventually remember he's here.
What? Was Tom talking about me?
But are you really okay, Jayce?
Okay with what?
Oh, he also wasn't listening.
Your panic attack.
Oh, I'm fine. It's already passed. Hasn't come back for 2 years, so it's no big deal. Hmm? Really? I'm fine. I'll just do my breathing exercises like you told me.
You did great. He's a big boy now, unlike you.
I felt it on my thigh.
What? I recall you told me that you tried to confess but chickened out.
Confess to what? A girlfriend?
It's nothing.
Yeah, whatever this is, it's not a thing you just bring up in front of people.
God, is it setting up that Tom has a crush on Jayce?
Would you...
Mackin, don't. Never mind.
Tom groans, rubbing his temple. These guys are getting cardio in. This is a long time to let this animation play.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe have a drink while you're... I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Mackin. Come on, we used to do it.
Sure you did.
Why do you think I stopped hanging out with you after workout?
Oh.
That's a cruel thing to say. Sorry, Mackin. I'd love to hang out with you, but we always end up drinking.
Oh no, now he's just a sad character.
Your other friends tend to push. Oh. But since our little brothers are friends now, maybe we can hang out more. Sure.
I was just looking back and forth, shifty-eyed.
Hold on a sec.
Oh, we grabbed him by the ear, I guess. KO. Swift as a click. What? And accurate as a pro shooter player. Tom grabs his brother by the ear like a pro. The art definitely conveyed that.
Swift as a click and accurate as a pro shooter player. He grabs his ear like a pro. So there's a metaphor and then immediately after a simile.
Yeah. There's two uses of pro in the same sentence
yeah.
in two different turns of phrase. Swift as a click, like a click of a mouse? Just
yeah.
This idea of a click as a sound?
Yeah, so it's drawing an analogy to him playing shooters, but then he just says, it's literally saying accurate as a pro. He grabs his ear bite like a pro. It's like, that's weird. Ow. Behave. I didn't do anything. Ow, ow, ow. It's just so hard to believe this is an adult man.
I'm really confused by the what seemed to be just teenagers or child characters. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I always thought of you as the disciplinary type. Yeah, well, if you have a brother like John, it's the only thing that works. That's problematic. Say, how about you work out with your brother and Jayce? God, no. Yeah, I don't want to see my brothers. Ow, ow. What about you, Jayce?
Jim, huh?
Yeah, it's really close. You can spot for me, Jayce.
When I was like, yeah, go ahead and take Tom, I wasn't expecting that everyone else would just leave the narrative and only Tom and Macon would just talk for like 20 minutes.
Spot?
Yeah. Like, help me lift up some barbells.
Isn't the point to lift by yourself?
No, you dork. It's just to make sure I don't get hurt.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I do like men. Mom only gave me $30 per week for food. What? That's like not much money for food, but also, holy shit, you really are just being given like.
Mom only gives you $30 a week for food, but she also gives you a debit card, which you can't really limit the value of if it's her account, unless it's a separate account that she deposits money into. By which case, why do you have $60? And also, she pays for your apartment. What?
I cannot parse the budget exactly.
How about I pay for it?
Huh?
Imagine
Why?
someone just buying you a gym membership. That's expensive.
For funsies.
Why not?
If I don't enable this, how will we have our homoerotic attention in the future?
We haven't hang out a lot, so I thought,
True. I have been avoiding Tom that long. What? Avoiding is... that implies intent, not just haven't been around. But a gym? That's so weird. If it means reconnecting with him again, what the heck? Despite the use of the word avoiding. Okay, Tom.
Yes. Great.
Why are they so excited about Jayce? What do they like about him?
If you like, we can go to the gym right now for a tour. Please. Today, God. Anything to get out of this hellish scene. Sorry. But about that. Me and my brother wanted to take Jayce out for dinner since it's our little reunion.
Reunion? Except for Tom, we meet almost every day. Except these 2 weeks, I guess.
Tomorrow then. I'll take Jayce with me tomorrow. Okay. Don't overdo it. Who do you think I am? That's not what I mean. Oh. Why'd he get a pass?
What is he blushing about? What?
I think he's saying he wants to. He's saying don't get too drunk in front of your crush, your inexplicable main character crush with no redeeming features at all.
I can't parse. Like, it's hard to read. What I'm struggling with is that this just became a story about those two characters, and everyone else is just a bystander, including us. Like. And they're the most fully formed characters that have like a thing going on and history and a future and motivations and like thoughts, and everyone else is barely a character. So I'm like, I forgot we existed.
Yeah, no, Jayce isn't a character yet. He's a collection of annoying traits that sometimes interjects to make like meta goofy commentary.
Like if I've taken anything from this at all, it's that I just want to see these two go to a bar and chat and shed the rest of the cast and the entire college premise.
Yeah. Wait, these people cannot go to a bar.
Why?
The kids are supposed to be 18.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, because it's the first year of college.
He got out of high school 3 months ago, so he's at most 18.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could be way older if you were held back and stuff, but I don't know. Well, maybe he was. I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess I don't think they said bar technically, but yeah.
It's nice to meet you all. Same here.
You just wave your hand goodbye.
See ya, Mackin and David. Bye, Davey. See you tomorrow.
Oh my god, sprites move so fast.
Yeah. Sigh, that was a long day.
What?
I'm gonna go head out now.
Huh? Didn't you just say something about taking me to dinner?
Nah, I'm beat. Tom's gonna take care of that. Yeah, you're gonna go on a date with him.
Oh. Wait, huh?
Doodles.
John, wait!
Time to hang out with the least set up character so far instead of the one that we actually hyped up being horny about.
Inexplicably loves us. Oh, hey.
Hi.
Didn't know you turned into such a social cat.
No, it was all John's doing.
Of course it is. He always gets you into weird situations, doesn't he?
He sure does.
So, about that panic attack, have they been coming back?
Just said they haven't. No. I haven't had one in 2 years straight, so it's all good. I just ended up in a trigger and wasn't able to get anywhere away in time is all.
Right. New school, new place. Gotcha. I'm glad Mackin helped you out then.
More than usual, I say. Yeah, he helped me remember my breathing.
Glad you're okay then.
10 awkward, long, silent seconds later. So?
Dinner. Yes. How about it?
Okay.
Okay then.
Was this a John Green book?
Hop on, I know somewhere really good.
Hop on? Tom hands you a yellow bike helmet? Wait, did we establish that before? It's been 2 years since you last saw it. The stickers were fading and the cracks and seams were more pronounced than you remembered. But one specific sticker catches your attention. It's a sticker of a Mexican masked wolf dressed in what appears to be a tiger pattern outfit. So it's only... So in one direction the appropriation is racist, but in the other direction not? Or... Why'd they have to introduce racism? Because now I'm just thinking about it all the time. I don't get it. What do you make of there being a wolf that dresses as a tiger in a world where cats wearing collars is racist?
It's not a fun feeling.
I don't know what to make of it. El Tigre Lobo! Is everyone loves this group?
Jayce?
It was also on the flyer. Oh! You hastily put on your helmet and hop onto Tom's bike.
Hold tight.
Is it gonna loop again? Oh, it's once again, I thought this was a big impactful moment, like, oh yeah, hold tight, here we go. But it's just a completely coincidental music loop. All right, well, I think that's it for today, but
yeah.
Structurally, this is wild. This definitely feels like it's being written just on the fly.
Scene by scene, yeah.
Yeah, with no plan, necessarily. It's like this all leads up to a dinner date with a character that was not in the rest of the story so far. And none of the characters we've met so far are in this scene, and you're like, huh. Just a very strange structure to a story.
Yeah. This was a very trying let's try. This is a difficult one, gang. Just want to put that out there.
This game recommended a lot, so it has its fans, but yeah.
It could use some polish. I mean, I think there's a gem of an idea in here. I don't know how well mined it is so far, but we'll see. Maybe later updates will be polish.
And then who knows? A lot of stories get better as they go too, because they get more used to writing and stuff like that. But I've read my fair share of non-visual novel furry stories and whatnot, and what came to mind was just like this particular kind of like style writing that's extremely like. My entire exposure to all fiction is like entirely informed by watching anime, but
watching
not like,
anime and reading fanfic.
But not the anime that I like specifically. And it leads to like for example, like that moment of like where his internal monologue about very normal interaction is like I literally did I wrote an entire presentation thing that was about being nervous about being called up to class to say anything in front of the class. So like I get that headspace,
But that headspace does not feature exclaiming mentally, "Do I just tell everyone my social security number?" We're like, "Oh my god!" That's not a person. No human thinks like that, even when they are anxious. That's alien behavior. And that kind of like writing is like, I'm being wacky and quirky, and there's a type of, and since that's an entire media format that like an entire tropey style, like clearly there's people that think that's charming and funny. I've always found it grating. I don't get it. I'm like, that's not a human. No person thinks that. This comedy's not based in, it's not even normal screwball. Like it's not like, it's just
it's very
complete moon logic.
performatively screwball. Yeah, I find it a little grating as well, but. If this speaks to you as a very young person, I can definitely see that, because it definitely feels like it was written for a very specific type of ostracized young adult.
Yeah. It's just the equivalent of like, oh, we're going on a motorcycle. Oh, what if he's actually been a human trafficker this entire time and he's kidnapping me now? And I'm like,
exactly.
It's not. What are you doing?
Very quirky.
But anyway, that was Socially Awkward. Link in the description if you want it. See you guys next time.
Bye, everyone.